Hey guys, Ben here with the Easy Review. First of all, I just want to address the fact that I have not been able to put out a video in so long. I've got those two videos up on the site right now, but I haven't been able to put out another one, and that's because the guy at the shop was mulling over whether or not he'd want to be associated with the account. He doesn't, so that's fine. He's still going to let me use the guns to review, and right now I have loaned out to me my favorite gun. It's an NT10. I doubt, honestly, you could recognize it just by looking at it, but that's what it is. They look a lot like DM13s. Honestly, I mean, it's the same company, so of course you're going to find some similarities. You'll notice that I have the bolt out. I just want to talk about efficiency first. And the reason why I love NTs so much is because of how efficient they are. Beyond the look that it was, the sexiest looking gun whenever it came out, they shoot better than any other gun that I've had. Now their smoothness is rivaled by other guns like Planet Eclipse guns and a really well-tuned DM14 or 15. But at the time, they were the most efficient and the smoothest firing guns that you'd ever seen. They could shoot just pod after pod after pod after pod, which made them great for tournament teams. And honestly, they just made it great for, if you're at the field all day, you don't have to go in and get that much, you don't have to go in and refill air constantly, which is nice. You'll see it's a different bolt design than your, sorry, it's not focusing, but it's a different bolt design than, the current guns have. The back definitely looks different than it used to. Let me focus this. Now the DMs have flat backs, which honestly I like a little bit better. But at the time, this was pretty sweet. But yeah, let me explain the efficiency to you. They were efficient because most guns would use their whenever you fired the bolt, air would go and push the bolt forward, and then air would push the bolt back. So, bolt forward, fire, bolt stops. Bolt would be right here until the air comes up from here and then fires the bolt backwards. Because obviously the bolt has to get reset for the next ball to be fed. So, when you're shooting whatever, there's a lot of air being used right there. You have to go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And when you're shooting 12 balls per second, I mean, think how fast that is whenever there's like there's not a stop whenever the ball is going. So obviously that's a lot of air being used. Well, NTs, took on that problem. And they did that by putting a spring in. So whenever the bolt went forward, the spring would catch the bolt and then push it back. So therefore less air needed to be used. And that's how they became more efficient and still, in my opinion, are the most efficient guns on the market. But I think they stopped doing that because I think you had to replace the springs after a while. It was just, people didn't like doing that. It was cool that it was super efficient, but it became a hassle. So next, let's just talk about the weight of the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bolt back into the gun. Pretty simple, slide it in, screw it in. Got my die multi-tool. If you don't have a die multi-tool, I definitely recommend getting one. While they have all the Allen keys needed for die guns, they do cover most of the Allen keys for any other gun that you will need. So, in terms of weight, I can already feel that this gun is much lighter than my DM14. And it's like, wow, that's, kind of weird. The DM14s are a more modern gun, so why would these be lighter? Honestly, I don't know. These are really slim. It could be the metal used in it looks like there's a little bit more metal used in my DM14. The type of metal could be slightly different. And it just looks like, honestly, I think it's just because there's more metal. It looks like that's what it is. I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't make the guns. But you can see how slim they are. I love the feel of this gun. The DMs, the 14s and 15s are definitely a little bit thicker. But I like how slim this gun is. The one thing I never did like is the foregrip. I mean, it's got that macro line, and let me mention real quick, there was never supposed to be a macro line on NT11s. That was not planned. They were supposed to be without the macro line, and that got screwed up. Dye couldn't get that design finished quickly enough. You know, at this point in time, no gun had a macro line-less gun, or no manufacturer had a gun like that, and Dye was about to be the first one to do it. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish it fast enough in time for World Cup, so they went ahead and released it with the macro line and began production. So, yeah, really light gun. The macro line, however, obviously I do like guns that don't have macro lines better, but they were really good about the design with this one. You notice how it's just straight in the middle. It doesn't protrude from either side. So you know, when I'm pressing into a bunker, I don't have the issue of, you know, my macro line being pressed into the bunker and kind of messing up my aim a little bit. You know, either side I'm totally fine. But anyway, let's go to the weight. So I got my little scale here. It's in pounds and ounces. And I've weighed it before. I already know the outcome. 1 pound and 15.2 ounces. Not bad. That's pretty light. So let's put that against my DM14. Keep in mind that the NT had a 9-volt and the barrel on it. My DM14, sexy gun, I know, it does have the 9-volt in and has its barrel on it. It's the carbon fiber boomstick with a red tip. So let's weigh that. And with all of that, it weighs 2 pounds and 5.5 ounces. I know without the barrel it weighs 2 pounds and 0.02 ounces. Or 0.2 ounces, sorry. So, yeah. And by the way, guys, I will be doing a review on my DM14 later. So, I will definitely get that out there for you guys. So, let's move that out of the way and get back to the NT. You know, like I said, the overall look was really, really amazing for its time. It's super sleek. Came with the ultralight barrel, of course. And one of the things I like the best is that the grips light up. Pretty cool, right? It's green because it thinks there's a ball in the chamber, but really the bolt is in the chamber. But you'll notice it's flashing blue, and that's also because the battery's low. You have to let the shop owner know about that. And just you know, continuing to talk about how sexy this gun is how sexy it sounds. The gun, when you shoot it, super smooth sound. I'm not going to be able to shoot it today. I'm at my house. Don't want to disrupt the neighbors. I've shot a gun. I've shot my paintball gun here before, and they've been like, and then I've got, you know, police showing up. Are you shooting a gun in your backyard? No, it's just a paintball gun, dude. Chill out. So yeah. But when I did shoot it earlier today, and sorry I didn't have my camera with me. I would have done it, but there's tons of other DM or NT shooting videos out there. It's you know, without balls in it, it's got a good amount of kick in it, but of course you're not going to be shooting air usually. And you know, obviously when I did put some balls through it, it shot really smooth and really quiet. And I think that quietness is due to its efficiency, and also the bolt tips. If many of you guys may know, there's a little bolt kit that comes with NTs when they're brand new, and they have several different tips ranging from a hard, a medium, and a soft tip. I believe the softest tip, you know, gives the quietest sound signature, and it's good on fragile paint, especially, you know, for a time like this. You know, it's starting to get kind of colder. Like we got a drop in temperature here pretty recently, and my friend's NT was just chopping like crazy, and he changed one of the O-rings and put the softer bolt tip on, and things shot butter. So yeah, and I think that's actually all I have for the NT today. So thank you guys for tuning in, and now that I have access to the shop, I will have many more reviews coming up soon. I want to do a review of my DM14 and my Evil Minion. It's an 06 Evil Minion, and as you guys know, Evil doesn't make those guns anymore. They're still amazing, love it. And other than that, I'll be showing you guys some tips and tricks, and then the videos I want to do after I review my own guns now, I want to do an Axe and an Axe Pro comparison, or a Mini GS and an Axe Pro comparison. As you guys know, a lot of pro teams are now starting to use Axe Pros, and so I kind of want to explain to you why and how in the world Axes became a professional level gun. And just a shameless little plug here, I've been making my own barrel covers. As you can tell, this is a nice fuzzy little monkey, and he fits over your barrel. He's quite funny looking, and it's a good festive, I don't know about festive, but it's a fun way to liven up your gun when you go to the park. As you can see, nice little barrel cover. It can withstand a shot, because I have another one actually. That's the second one I've done, and I'm actually, if you guys are interested, if people would like to buy these, I can start making them and shipping them out. And this one's gotten some use. As you can tell, you can probably see there's some dirt. It's my bear roll cover. It's my favorite one. But anyway, shameless little plug there. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. And if you have any comments or suggestions, what would you like me to do next? Obviously, I'm going to do some more reviews. Just let me know in the comments. I read all of them, and I try to respond to as many as I can. Thank you guys. See you later.